Matt Stepp with Dave Campbell's Texas Football here with the head coach of the Grape Creek Eagles, Coach Kyle Atwood. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us today.
Yeah, thanks, Matt, for coming down.
All right, Coach. Obviously, you've been here 5 years now. You kind of took on a rebuilding job when you got here. This is a program that hadn't won a lot of games in the past, had a lot of tradition, and you've had a couple of up and down seasons. But for the most part, you've gotten the Eagles to be at a competitive level. You guys were 7-4 last year. When you first got here, talk about the things that you wanted to do to try to build the program to be competitive week in and week out.
I knew taking this job that it was going to be a difficult task. Knew that the program had been down, just looking at the varsity records, but didn't quite know until I actually got here. JV was 0-60, hadn't won a game in 6 years. The middle school hadn't won a game 7th or 8th grade in 3 years. So we had a lot of work to do. Working for Brent Davis for 7 years before coming here. He's a master of turning programs around. And so, I talked to him and he felt like it could be done. And so we came in full force. We've been successful in our lower levels. We've won a 7th grade district championship, an 8th grade district championship this year. We won a JV district championship last year. So, we tried to build it from the ground up and really invest in our younger kids. And we're seeing some gains from those things. Our junior going to be senior class, they were 7th graders that first year I was here. So, we've stuck with it. The consistency, the work ethic, and what we do in the off season is really began to pay off.
All right, now looking ahead to 2017, you guys were 7-4 last year, as I said. What do you have coming back? What are some areas you're feeling good about? And what are some areas where you're looking for some young guys, some of those younger guys that have been successful at the lower levels? What positions are you looking for those guys to step up in?
We feel extremely good about our skill kids. Probably the best that we've been in the previous 5 years, so 4 years. So we're bringing back a quarterback, Austin Brown, who's started the last 3 years for us. This year he rushed for a little over 950 yards, threw for a little over 2,000, and combined for I think 36 touchdowns. We're bringing back Austin Ortegon, who came into the year going to be our second string running back. Trace Preston, who was a really good back for us. His sophomore year tore an ACL as a junior, and then this year as a senior breaks his leg the first scrimmage. So Ortegon was thrown into that mix early and had a great season. He rushed for a little over 1,500 yards and had 300 yards receiving and totaled for I think 26 touchdowns. And then our receiver core, we're bringing back 3 of the 4. All of those 3 have caught over 30 balls this previous year. And they all had over 500 receptions, 500 yards receiving. So we feel really good about our receiving core as well. Offensive line is where we're going to struggle, or that's where we need to make our gains. We graduated 4 of the 5, so we've got some young kids that are going to have to step up and fill some roles there. Defensively, it's kind of the same thing. We're bringing back our entire secondary, graduated our entire defensive front, and graduated both inside linebackers. So defensively, we're gonna have to fill some pretty key roles. But we feel good about our young kids. Like I said, our 8th graders this year won a district championship. A couple of them have a chance to step up into some of those roles as freshmen. And then our sophomores and juniors that played backup roles on the varsity or started on the JV. We need to see those guys step up and play well for us this next year.
All right, final question for you, Coach. You've gotten the Eagles to the playoffs a couple times now. From your perspective and your coaching staff's perspective, what do you think are some of the key things you need to focus on this offseason in order to try to take the next step as a program and get that first playoff win?
We do a lot of discipline stuff, and I think that's going to help to pay off. But mental and physical toughness and endurance. We finished 3 games this season with only 15 players. 3A Division I, that's not. That makes it a little difficult, but our kids were resilient. We went into that bi-district game against River Road, came out, played really well. We were up 14-0 at one point, finished the first quarter, and I believe we were up 14-7. And then they kind of got on top of us, and we just didn't have the depth or, the confidence to make a comeback. So, we've got to continue to grow in our mental and physical toughness, and then I think some things that have helped us in the last 2 years is just the consistency from our staff. We hadn't had a whole lot of turnover on and our position coaches, and that's going to remain the same for this next year. So the kids know the staff know the kids, and so I think we've just got to gain the confidence and and know that we can win those tight games and that we can compete for a playoff win, and so those are the things that we need to do. Making the playoffs is no longer something that we're satisfied or content with. We need to go win a playoff game this next year.
Coach, appreciate your time. Congrats on the success here at Grape Creek, and good luck in 2017.
Yeah, thank you.